Let's learn how to make tetrodes. Tetrodes are electrodes with 4 wires, which we spin on a special machine. First, we want to make sure all spools are loose. Then, we will pull down all 4 tetrode wires past the clip at the bottom. To do this, you will have to pull wires with one hand, while you pull back the top clip with the other hand. Next, tighten the spools. Pull down the wire once again so that it is taut around the spool area. With the 4 wires, we make a pyramid. Clip all 4 wires together with the bottom clip levitating slightly as shown. Snipping off a bit of the excess wire can be helpful, but aim for at least 1 inch below the clip as it will be useful later. We're now ready to press start and let the machine run. When the program ends and the blue light turns off, we unclip the tetrode from the bottom. Now we loosen the spools. Pull down the tetrode. Once again, you will have to pull the tetrode from the bottom with one hand and pull the top clip toward you with the other. Cut the tetrode around here. Here is our tetrode. The middle portion is annealed, or effectively glued together, while the 4 wires at the top and bottom are separated. Referring to this as a tetrode is actually slightly misleading, as the current drive design allows us to derive 2 tetrodes by cutting the wire in half. The annealed ends in the middle are what will enter the brain. Once we learn how to spin tetrodes, it's important that we also learn how to care for the tetrode machine. The spools are spun in-house. When you use them up, it is your responsibility to make more. Here is step-by-step how we replace the machine parts to make spools. It's also important to tighten these 2 screws. In the spooling process, the machine transfers wire from the big spool to the small spool. While this is done mechanically, one has to start manually to ensure that things run smoothly. Let's go back a little now to see how I started wrapping the wire around the small spool. First, we tape the end of the wire to the spool and cut off the excess. Then, we wrap the wire around the spool a few times to help it track. Now we're ready to put the spool on the machine. To run the spooling program, we use the same button as we used to spin tetrodes, but this time we press and hold it until the blue light flashes rapidly. When the program is done, we carefully cut the wire and remove our newly spun spool. Tape the freshly cut end to the spool. The tape should have an S on it, marking the starting position. The machine should be returned to its original condition, ready for the next person to spin tetrodes.